summer sky, burning in your eyes. You look at me and baby, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul, where California gold. You found a light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way.
The world isn't steady. Do you like cozy life, dark, cascaded life, or challenging, exciting life? What kind of city is a livable city? There are many factors that contribute to livable, including safety, medical care, culture and environment education, infrastructures, and natural environment. If you think about it, what makes these cities attractive, you may find hints for the kind of city you would like to continue to live in. Let's think about it, our own cities and their attractiveness and what we can do to make them more livable. A city where many people live and where many residential facilities, commercial facilities, companies, and public facilities are concentrated. It is a center of economy, finance, and culture, and is home to a variety of infrastructures essential to daily life, such as schools, transportations, and financial facilities. Important to aim for urban development where people can continue to live so that they can live comfortably and happily. Convenient and comfortable urban livings. On the other hand, concentration of the populations has caused many problems. There is a shortage of housing, which increases the cost of housing, or the buildings, which increases hazardous risks, air pollution due to car exhaust fumes, and increased and traffic congestions and traffic accidents. There is also the problem of what to do with the large amount of garbages. In addition, many large cities have slums where poor people live, which is one of the causes of crimes. Because so many people and buildings are concentrated in these areas, it is also necessary to develop the cities that are residents to natural disasters. Even in the event of the disasters, the damage as caused by the disaster must be kept to a minimum and restored quickly. This is a kind of the urban conditions that will be required in the future. As you can see, when many people gather in a city, problems can occur. Therefore, it is important to create a planned city where all people can live safely and securely. What makes a livable? Easy to live and depends greatly on circumstances such as gender, age, and family structures. For example, if you are an elderly person, the criteria for livabilities would be the availabilities of medical facilities and the convenience of the public transportations. In addition, one's hobbies may be criterions for livabilities, such as being close to nature, with hot springs and oceans and mountains nearby. What is the air temperature at which humans are most comfortable? Well, the kind of things varies from person to person. There are certain standards for temperature, humidities, at which people are comfortable indoors depending on the seasons. It is said that an indoor temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and the humidity of 50% are the average values at which humans are most comfortable. Yeah, generally in summer, the temperature is 25-28 degrees Celsius and the humidity is 45 to 60%, and in winter, the temperature is 18 to 22 degrees Celsius and humidity is 55 to 65. As you can see, there are many different criteria for livabilities. I would like to consider climate as one of the criteria for livabilities. Different climates have different housing patterns, different foods, different local customs that are in line with a climate, which greatly affected our daily lives. Climate is a very important factor in determining livabilities. The most livable planet for human is currently Mars. Mars is expected to have water and life forms and has been named as a possible planet for human habitations. Its diameter is about half that of the Earth, but it is similar in that the 4 seasons and its days are close together at 24 hours and 37 minutes. Also, the one-way trip is about 78 million kilometers and takes at least several months. The fact that Mars can be reached in a realistic period of time, and by realistic means is the basis for the Mars immigration feasibility theory. However, there is a planet much closer to Earth than Mars, about 42 million kilometers one way. It is Venus, because they are so close in size. with a diameter 0.95 times that of the Earth, and a weight 0.82 times that of the Earth. They are sometimes referred to as twin stars. So shouldn't the Venus as a surface survey be underway? You might think so, but that is not the case. As it turns out, Venus is not a habitable environment for life. Venus is covered by a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide. This has an extremely strong greenhouse effect with surface temperature constantly exceeded 400 degrees Celsius. In addition, the atmosphere pressure on the surface is so high that it is almost the same as living on the deep sea at the depth of 900 meters. There is a constant wind gust of 100 meters per second, known as super rotations. At this point, it is clear that human activities are impossible. In addition, clouds made of sulfuric acid particles are spread out. Rings of kilometers thick, an atmosphere which almost completely block out the sun's rays. Primitive organic activity such as microbial reproductions and planet photosynthesis are not possible. The presence of sulfuric acid clouds means sulfuric acid rain. In fact, it would evaporate before reaching the surface of Venus. But if a living person is exposed to the rain of sulfuric acid, which can dissolve with anything, we would die without a second thought. In these days of abnormal weather, what a good planet Earth is to live in compared to Venus. The world's most livable cities is Austria's capital, Vienna, has been awarded the title of world's most livable city for its outstanding blend of cultural richness and essential public services. Overall, Western Europe remains highly rated for livability with 80 cities on the top 20. Also on second place for the third year in a row with Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. Zurich, Switzerland returned to third place this year, overtaking Melbourne, Australia. It is not an exaggeration to say that the place where you are born determines your destiny. Even around the world, the way of life varies greatly depending on where you live. So, what is the best place to live on the world? What's the best spot to live on Earth? If you could live anywhere on Earth, which countries would be the best place to live? People have different preferences for the seasons, such as cold or hot places. We know that the good medicines, good housings, and comfortable behind them have a significant impact on life expectancy. countries that are economically rich, have good medical services, and access to healthy food tend to have a longest life expectancy. And how long do people live can be greatly affected by disaster, war, and other factors. Japan is known as one of the safest countries in the world, but it is not the most livable given the number of earthquakes, tsunamis, and other disasters. Places that could disappear due to rising sea levels caused by global warmings are not candidated for the world's most livable countries, even if they are peaceful. Infrastructure that supports a stable living environment is also important. A living environment that is not resistant to storms and other climatic changes will not be selected as the world's most livable countries. Take Saudi Arabia and Qatar as an example. These countries themselves may be safe and prosperous, but they are not the most livable countries in the world because they can get into trouble depending on the situation in the Middle East. According to the rankings of the global places, Iceland, Denmark, Australia are considered the most peaceful country in the world. Nevertheless, it is difficult to handle because the standard of happiness varies from people. UN scientists have proposed 6 indicators: wealth, life expectancies, corruptions, social assistance, freedoms, and donating generosities. Well, more than 150 countries and regions are scored based on the indicators of the top countries and the region in Norway, Denmark, Iceland, and Switzerland. Of these countries, Iceland is the one that is most likely to come out on the top, according to many scientific studies. Not only is it happy and peaceful, it also ranks among the top 10 countries in life expectancies and is known for its low likelihood of natural disasters. So, if we ask it if Iceland is the best in the world, the answer is that it may be the best in the world. This is because we all have things in life that are not negotiable and important to us. For example, if a person says that the internet is the most important thing in life, IT infrastructure environment may be important in determining the best country in the world to live in.